woman. Like, if a guy doesn't show any interest, you want to get out of there really fast. You want to Usain Bolt out of there, because that's not going anywhere. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Life on Lock. This is your girl Shar. Thank you for tuning in. So happy Sunday, everybody. Yes, I'm filming this on a Sunday. How is your day going? How are you? How was your week? I hope your week goes well this coming week. So today I would like to talk about being single. So I think about a couple weeks ago, I watched this video from, I think it was from Bumble, where Teyana Taylor was interviewing Lori Harvey. So in this video, Lori Harvey was basically talking about how she dates on her own terms after going through what was like a challenging time in her womanhood. You know, as a young adult, she almost got married, and that really changed her thought process, the way she thought about herself, the way she thought about life and relationships. And I was just so inspired by that, because like I went through, a similar thing where when I was younger, I didn't really know myself, and I allowed a lot of stupid shit to take place, and I just wanted to talk about that today, because I feel like as women, we don't talk about this enough, and sometimes we try to put these things at the back of our minds, and just continue living life the way that we have been living, without checking ourselves, without having that actual self-awareness. And so I just wanted to talk about that. And so I've been single for quite a while, because, and to be honest, even when I'm in relationships, I'm still single. Like I've been independent for a long time. And I feel like me being single has a lot to do with my desire to be independent, and I feel like when I was younger, I did a lot of stuff. Like, I didn't know myself when I was younger, like up until like maybe a few, like one or 2 years ago. I figured myself out, like I started being more self-aware. I started doing things a different way than I would normally do them. And like, it's just, I think it's just crazy, because Lori Harvey was basically putting things into perspective for me. Sometimes you could feel like you're this age and you don't have like a meaningful relationship with anybody, or you feel like you might never have a meaningful relationship with anybody. But let me tell you, there's certain things that I know to be true. As a young woman, you want to make sure you know yourself first before you try to get into a serious relationship, or before you get intimate with somebody. Because to be honest with you, if you don't know yourself, you're gonna put up with a lot of shit, a lot of shit. Put up with a lot of stuff that's not serving you. Not only that, you could literally just break yourself. You could get broken in a relationship just for putting up with stuff. And you will drive good people away. When you don't know yourself, you drive good people away. You're gonna start acting insecure, immature. And in my younger days, I put up with a lot of stuff. I'm not even gonna lie about that. I was stigmatized. And I say that to say, I was stigmatized. I didn't know myself. I'm not gonna lie to you. I got played. I did a bunch of playing as well. But for the most part, I learned some very valuable lessons. I learned a lot about men. I learned a lot about myself, which is the most important thing, is learning yourself, learning your likes, your dislikes, learning what you won't tolerate. As a woman, as a young woman, there are certain things that you just don't tolerate. But, like, I learned a lot about myself, and it has been very enlightening, my journey from young adulthood to adulthood. So the things that I put up with, they're kind of crazy. I put up with a person not showing me enough love. I put up with a person not doing what they're supposed to do. Like, as you would want a man to take you out, dote on you, be respectful, be honest. You want someone to make you feel like the only girl in the world. You want someone to make you feel like they actually care about you. And truth be told, I put up with a lot of men not showing me these things. Like, some of them were not honest. Some of them were not respectful. I even went through a domestic violence situation, which that conversation is for another time, not right now. But I even put up with, being confused, right? Being confused about whether this guy liked me or not. And I was still there. And like, as I got older, like, that made me realize, like, I didn't really know myself. And I didn't really love myself, right? Which is my next point. I didn't really love myself enough to know that, to realize that this cannot be healthy for me, for my self-esteem. Like, I didn't know if you like me, but I'm still there trying to get you to like me. Trying to change your mind about me, trying to help you to make up your mind. Like, that's something that you don't want to do as a young woman. Like, if a guy doesn't show any interest, you want to get out of there really fast. You want to Usain Bolt out of there, because that's not going anywhere. For you to take a guy seriously, that guy really needs to be applying some pressure. I'm telling you, you need to make sure this guy's doing everything that he can to get you, because you're the prize. You're a prize here. I mean, men are prizes too, but at the same time, if he's not showing you that he likes you, that he's interested, because also men speak with their actions. They can say anything. You understand? But that does not mean that he's going to keep those promises that he made to you. And I will say this and come off of this topic, that men make a lot of promises that they don't intend to keep. So my next point about self-love, I know it's really hard. Like, self-esteem and self-love, they're very hard things. They're very challenging things to get down pat. And I think as young women, we don't prioritize those things. We want to fit in. We want to be able to say that, we're connected to somebody, or we have the hottest guy or girl or whatever. But at the same time, self-love is so important. It's the building block of you building your character in this world, and just becoming the woman that you could be, becoming the woman that you want to be. That starts with self-love. Okay? Because if you don't love yourself, you're going to tolerate disrespect. You're going to end up in toxic situations. You're going to never be able to pick the right partner. You're going to you know, basically your self-esteem is going to end up in the gutter. And I think and that's why I started this with knowing yourself, because for you to have self-love, you need to know yourself. You need to know that this is who I am, this is what I won't tolerate, this is what I want. Okay? You got to respect yourself first before you amass that self-love. You got to ask yourself all of those questions. What don't I like? What do I like? What would I tolerate in a partner? What won't I tolerate? Okay? So, and the other thing is also, when people know that you love yourself, they treat you differently. When they know you have standards and you have values, they treat you differently. They don't try to play with you. You know, you have to understand that how you treat yourself is how someone else is going to treat you. And I also want to talk to the young women that are, you know, that young girls, 17, 18, and you're having kids because you think, well, you're a woman now. You know, be careful with that, because look at me, I'm 32 and I ain't got no kids. And let me tell you, I'm so happy that I ain't got no kids. Not that I'm bashing anybody who has kids. It's just that I love my freedom. And I'm not giving that away to anybody, to any man, to any child that I haven't planned. Understood? Like, I am happy right where I am with my freedom. And you know what? Like I said before, my point about knowing yourself and having self-love, you need to amass these things before you have kids, even before you get into a relationship, before you get intimate with people. And these things are very important. You want to live a healthy, non-toxic life as a young woman. You know, as a woman coming into yourself, you want to live a healthy life, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, and even financially. I just want to say that. My next point that I'm going to make today is putting yourself first. It's very important because, and let me tell you, I've realized over the years that men put themselves first. A man will break up with you, no matter, he could be in love with you, like head over heels, I'm talking, go to the ends of the earth for you. But you see, if you don't respect him, he's cutting it off. He's cutting it off. And that's something that I've always admired about most men, that they put themselves first. And I look at that and I emulate that. You know, I put myself in his shoes and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to put myself first. I never put men above myself. I mean, I might put my nieces and nephews above myself, but never men. Never. Because they put themselves first above you. And above you, there's their mother, then and their family and God and their money. Always put yourself first. People don't respect people who don't look out for themselves first. People don't respect people who don't respect themselves first. When you show people that you're putting yourself first, they will prioritize you. And that's what a lot of women don't understand. Like, I see people, some young women, doing stupid stuff, you know, like just getting themselves into trouble for men, over men, fighting with other women over men, getting locked up for beating the man up. Like, that's toxic. That's not good for you, and it's not a good look on you. You gotta be able to handle your stuff without coming out of your character, coming out of your femininity. You know, you gotta be able to do that, because You gotta remember, you gotta remain feminine. You have to be very careful, because some people will try to antagonize you and get you out of that feminine energy, but you have to learn to maintain that. I'm sorry if this video is long. I'm aiming for 10 minutes here today, but my message in this video is for all young women: love yourself, know yourself, put yourself first, prioritize you. Because let me tell you, everybody else is prioritizing themselves. Men are prioritizing themselves. And I am talking about this situation today because there's this situation that I know of where a woman, there's this married couple that I know of, and the woman is very physically abusive. She's emotionally abusive, and she's basically taking advantage of the man. And it's so crazy to me because I don't understand why. Like, that's masculine energy, you know? All of that. Like, arguing with a man, it's masculine energy. Hitting a man, it's masculine energy. Getting angry at a man if he's talking to other women. Getting angry at a man if he's coming home and being on his phone, it's masculine energy. You know, like, you have to really be careful how you interact with men, how you treat them. And don't get me wrong, like, I'm not saying that it is the ultimate goal to make a man happy, or, you know, it is the ultimate goal to become feminine for a man. I'm just saying, don't let a man or the character of a man take you out of your feminine energy. Remain feminine, remain soft. If you would like more advice on, I know I'm single, first of all, but I think I have enough experience to give relationship advice. So let me know in the comments what you want to see about relationships, about being single. Thank you for watching. Have a good day, have a good week, and don't beat any man up. Love yourself.